Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can tell by the title of this video, we are going to be talking about my freshman college experience. So as you can see by my sweatshirt, I go to Lehigh University, and if you don't know where that is, it's in a small town called Bethlehem in Pennsylvania. It's about like an hour to an hour and a half north from Philadelphia. Before we get started with like the whole process of me applying, getting in, moving in, my professors, meeting my friends, I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of context and backstory on how I got to Lehigh exactly. This video is going to be really long, probably, so grab a snack, grab a cup of tea, get ready to sit down and listen to the whole thing. So yeah, let's get started. Let's start with the number of schools I applied to. So I basically applied to 7 schools. So I applied to Lehigh, my 2 state schools, Oregon State and University of Oregon, and then Northeastern University, which is the school that I really wanted to go to, Boston University, and then Tufts, and then University of Rochester. As you can tell by the selection of my schools, I clearly didn't really want to stay in Oregon or on the West Coast in general. I really wanted to go to East Coast, also because my brother went to Northeastern and he graduated last spring. I really wanted to go there also just because I really like the environment there better. I really like being in the city. I love Boston so much. So yeah, that was kind of my mindset going into college. So unfortunately, I got denied from like every single school besides my 2 state schools and Lehigh basically. So I actually got waitlisted at Lehigh, so I didn't even get in on the first round, which is sad. They waitlisted me, so on May 1st, decision day, I committed to U of O. They also accepted me into their honors program, so I was going to be part of that. But basically what happened was I didn't get accepted into Lehigh until early July, which is like super late if you guys have like applied to colleges before. Usually they notify you around like middle or beginning to middle of June. That's probably like the latest. I got off the wait list, and then I withdrew from U of O, which honestly really sucked because at that point I already had chosen a roommate, and I even like met up with her and like hung out with her, which like was really sad because she was so nice and like I really wanted to like be her roommate. And then basically I had to like work on Lehigh stuff for like the next month and a half basically, because we start school like late August, probably the last week of August. So I honestly didn't have that much time to like get everything situated. I didn't have that much time to get everything situated, which honestly like really sucked. I only knew one other person going to Lehigh from my school, but he was going there for football. So like he was already probably there like in July, like training and stuff. And I wasn't like really friends with him. We were just like kind of acquaintances. So I essentially went into Lehigh not knowing like a single person. It's like a completely new environment. Like I'm not familiar with anything around that area. And like my brother lives in Boston, but that's still like 4, 5, 6 hours away. It's not really close. So like I didn't really have any like relatives or anyone that I knew in that area. So it was definitely scary like going in. But my biggest tip, I guess, for incoming freshmen is like, it's okay to be scared. Like all freshmen are in the same boat essentially. Like probably the most of the people around you, like they didn't come into Lehigh or into college with like a large group of people that they know. It's totally okay to like be nervous because everyone is nervous or like anxious. Also, you guys might be wondering like how I transported all of my things from Oregon to Pennsylvania. It was definitely a challenge. Packed all my stuff in like 4 suitcases and like a duffel bag. Like that was all I brought basically, which to some people is a lot, to some people is like nothing. Honestly depends. We flew into New Jersey, stayed at a hotel for like a couple nights before the day that we move in, And during that time, we went shopping at like Bed Bath & Beyond, Target, and stuff like that for like just like a bunch of dorm stuff. So like my mattress topper, which a mattress topper is essential in college. Like you definitely need one. That is like my biggest like advice to any incoming freshman living in the dorms. Oh, another thing, my room. When I checked our housing portal, I saw that I had a roommate and we were in the dorm called Richards. And I didn't get to choose my roommate at all. Like it was completely random because I think it's because I got in so late, like in July. Like I didn't get to create like a roommate profile or anything. But then like a couple days later, I checked the housing portal again and I'm in a completely different dorm and like I don't have a roommate. It was really weird. And I checked like the floor plan of that specific dorm and on my floor, and like there's no one else on the floor besides me. And the room is like really, really big. On the floor plan, it looked like there was like a living space, like a living area space, and then the bedroom. And then it also came with like a bathroom, and it seemed like there was also a kitchen. So I was like super confused and I was like, what? Like no way, like I get my own bathroom, or like what is going on? So I emailed the housing people and they were like, yeah, like you're in like an apartment style, like dorm room, like with a shower and blah, 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 blah. But I was like, wow, like dang, like that's so nice. I get my own bathroom and shower. So I can't give you guys any like stories or tips on communal showers because I did not have to experience that, which is really fortunate for me. So on the day of move-in, I get my keys, I get my ID, we go into the room and it's like this massive space. And the living area also came with like a couch. So there's the couch and then there's my desk with a chair and then like drawers. And there was like the kitchen and like cabinets and then my mini fridge. And then you like go past that and then there's another door. And if you open that door, then there's the bed. There's the closet and then there is the bathroom and shower like at the very back. No one like really knew about it, like not even like the RAs. And RAs at Lehigh are called Griffins. And I was also really confused on who my Griffin was going to be because there was no one else on my floor. I ended up being with the floor above me, the girls' hall on the floor above me. Our Griffin's name is Kira. She is like the sweetest person. I love her so much. And then right after move-in, like orientation starts. So I didn't know anyone and I didn't really meet that many people that I like vibed with during orientation, like in my group. So like that kind of sucked. It's definitely like an experience going in and like being so far away from home, but I definitely don't regret my decision. If that's what you guys are wondering, I am definitely happy at Lehigh now, which is really unexpected because I really wanted to be in the city because where I live, it's like not the city. Like I can't just like walk out my house and just like go places. Like I have to like drive. Let's talk about classes. You might be wondering what my major is. So I am majoring in biochemistry. I was taking chemistry, so like general chem 30, and then I was taking English 1 because I didn't have the requirement from high school. And then I was taking Calculus 1, and then we have this thing called a first-year seminar for the College of Arts and Sciences. So it's basically like a discussion-based class of like 20 kids, and they recommend you like choose a class like not within your major. So I chose a class called Globalization in Asia Through Time and Space. That class was taught by like 4 different professors because it was divided into 4 sections. I met my very first friend in chemistry. Her name is Tracy, and she's probably watching this, so shout out to her. She's great. I am so thankful that I like sat down next to her on my first day and introduced myself. And it's actually really funny because like after class we exchanged numbers, and then the next day I think I texted her. I was like, hey, like want to go get some coffee sometime? And like both of us are like not coffee people, so it was like kind of funny, and it was like such like a, I don't know, like an acquaintance thing to say, because like now that we're actually friends, like we just like hang out, like we don't have to like make plans, I guess. But yeah, so I met her. And then she also ended up being in my seminar class, and that's where I met her other friend. And then like from then from there on, like, I basically met like her whole squad, and now like that's basically who I hang out with now. Continuing on with classes, a lot of people probably wonder about like how the professors are, if they're actually really bad. Honestly, I think all the professors that I had were like honestly really good. I really liked my chemistry professor, at least first semester. He was like honestly really funny. I think he explained things pretty well, but it was definitely like a new learning environment because it's such a big lecture hall. And even though Lehigh is like pretty small, we only have 6,000 kids like total. Your lecture class is definitely still like 100 to 200 people, which is a lot. And like I sometimes imagine like if I went to an even bigger school, like the lecture halls would be even bigger, like 500 kids. So I'm honestly really glad that I went to like a really small school. I think my professors were pretty good. But definitely check ratemyprofessor.com, and like if you can pick between different sections of the same class but taught by different professors, like definitely pick the professor that has the better rating. I didn't really do that for my freshman year because like these were like required courses, so there wasn't really a point. Second semester I took the next chemistry class of Chem 31, and then I took biology core 1, and they both come with labs, so it's like 1 credit and then plus the 3 credit class, so it's like 4 credits total. And then I had math, and math first semester was like super hard. Like I was in the engineering math, which is like the harder one, because at Lehigh there's the engineering math like path, and then there's like a pre-med like science math course, which is like different. So I was like, I'm gonna challenge myself, like I'll just take the engineering math because I already took calculus 1 in high school. So I was like, okay, like I'll probably be fine. But it was really hard, and the professor did kind of suck. Especially for math, definitely check Read My Professor, and I definitely should have transferred out of that class into like a different one, but I didn't. Stupid me. I should have taken like the course for pre-med kids or science kids because I probably would have done a lot better. But anyway, so second semester, I dropped down into the pre-med section, and then I took English 2 to finish off my English requirement, and then I also took Asian American Studies, which I basically took because I didn't have any other classes to take. I was only at 14 credits, and I wanted to stay above 15. It was really hard for me to find like a 1 or 2 credit class that I was interested in, so I decided to take a 4 credit class. I was at 18 credits, which is like the maximum at Lehigh. So it was definitely a lot, but definitely still manageable, like for sure. I kind of liked that I was a lot busier second semester compared to first semester, because first semester I was at 15 credits, and it was pretty light, to be honest. Like my class schedules were pretty light, but second semester like hit me like a bus. So obviously second semester didn't finish on campus because of the whole coronavirus. So for Lehigh, like we were in the middle of our spring break whenever they decided to go remote. So basically I flew home and I didn't move out my stuff, and then like after spring break, like we started online learning, and it was definitely really tough because like for us science students, we have labs, and lab is really hard online. The majority of my friends are pre-med or like in the science field. We were all taking like the same classes. And oh, another thing I want to say is that my biggest tip to incoming freshmen: surround yourself with hardworking people, and like surround yourself with smart people who will make you better, because college is hard. Like college is definitely hard no matter where you go, and it's really important for you to stay on top of your things, stay on top of your studies, but definitely surround yourself with people who like can help you. Like obviously you can go to professors like office hours, but I personally didn't do that because I don't know, I'm just not that type of person, but I should. But like my friends helped me out so much, especially like throughout chemistry. Like chemistry is definitely like the hardest subject that I have come across, which is like kind of ironic for me to say because I'm a biochemistry major, but I mean I still really enjoy it, but it's definitely tough. So yeah, definitely surround yourself with people who can help you. Back to what I was saying. Online learning is really tough, but like you know, it was definitely an experience to like work through. Exams were definitely tough. Also because like I'm on the West Coast and my school is on the East Coast, so like there's the time difference. So sometimes for exams, like I have to wake up like super early. But thank goodness that like my classes didn't really use Zoom, because all of my classes at the time were like pretty big lectures, and there just like wasn't really a point for us to go on Zoom. And it was also difficult for me to like stay in touch with my friends, or like keep track of like, oh, like what time my time would be a good time their time, if that makes any sense. During like regular finals week, like let's say fall semester, like you definitely have to study. Like finals is hard. Finals requires a lot of studying, a lot of work. During finals week, I would be in the library from like 8 a.m. or like 9 a.m. until like 3, 4, 5 p.m. I would be there all day for multiple days in a row just studying. College libraries are super nice because like there's usually a cafe within the library, so like you can just like stay there. You don't have to like leave, like go to the dining hall and then come back. We have 2 libraries. One of them is like the pretty one, and one of them is like the one where I like to go. It's like the more like modern looking one. So there's like this bagel place down there that I love. Like it's called Johnny's. It's probably like the best food we have on campus. I would just stay there, study, and then leave to go eat dinner, and then go back into my room and just like chill for the rest of the day. Yeah, that'd be like my schedule for like 3-4 days probably. Speaking of dining halls, dining hall food is definitely not the best food, especially at Lehigh, I would say. That's like one thing that I really don't like about Lehigh, but you know, you work with it, it's whatever, it's food. A lot of you guys might be wondering what the party scene is like at Lehigh and like Greek life and stuff. So Greek life is pretty big where we are, I would say, or that's what everyone says. Personally, I am not involved in Greek life in any way whatsoever. I've been to frat parties before, and like if I'm being honest, they're not that fun. Like they're honestly really gross, but everyone loves it. Oh, it's actually kind of funny because our Greek life got suspended for like a period of time because all the chapters got caught like hazing their members. And if you don't know what hazing is, it's basically like something that you do to be like initiated into the chapter. Some of them are pretty bad. Honestly, like I'm like against the whole Greek life thing, but that's just my opinion. Like people like love it. Like people love being a part of like the sisterhood or the brotherhood, but I personally am not a big fan. The party scene is definitely there though, but I think it's like, I feel like every school has a party scene. I don't think it's anything different than like any other school. So I wanted to update you guys on what Lehigh is planning for the fall semester. Because as you guys know, Corona is like still going on. A lot of schools are uncertain about whether or not to invite students back in the fall. So I'm happy to announce that Lehigh is allowing students back on campus in the fall. I am excited about going back to campus and like seeing my friends. But it's like I have to like fly 5-6 hours to get there, which is like kind of inconvenient, especially like if someone was sick on the airplane, like I would get sick, and then I obviously don't want to get my friend sick. Lastly, I wanted to talk about if I would recommend people going to Lehigh. And yes, I would 100% recommend people going to Lehigh. It is an amazing school. I honestly really liked all the classes that I've taken so far. Even though sophomore year is definitely going to be tough, I would definitely recommend, especially if you really like a beautiful campus. It's definitely really pretty. I know a lot of people who have like early decision there, who like it was their first choice, even though it was not mine, but it's okay. It's definitely a really good school and like really strong academically. I am actually really happy that I went to Lehigh despite all the things that happened and, you know, a lot of other schools that I really wanted to go to. But I am happy that I'm here now. I've met a lot of my friends. I've met a lot of cool people. But yeah, college has not been an easy ride, but it's definitely been fun, and it's definitely like made me realize a lot of things about myself. That is gonna be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys found this helpful, informational. Give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe for more videos. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.